Peace, gods. My name is Apollo, the Greek god, and I am going to break down chapter 2 of Trading in the Zone. I like this chapter because in chapter 2, Mark Douglas, he starts talking about why we were all attracted to trading. Trading allows for ultimate freedom of expression. If you think about it, in trading, there's no boss. No one tells you what to do. No one tells you when to wake up. They don't even tell you how to trade. There's an infinite amount of trading plans, and every single day there's more being come up with because every trader is using their creative mind, their ability to express themselves to create a trading plan that they deem the perfect trading plan. So that's why everyone's attracted to trading. Unlimited possibilities. Trading has the biggest upside of any other profession. Like if you learn how to trade, the possibilities are infinite. Isn't that crazy? It's unlimited possibilities, unlimited freedom. And that's why I was attracted to it too, is I wanted to take the unlimited possibilities of trading to make unlimited money. So that way I could have unlimited freedom to buy an island and finally escape this hell of a matrix. That's just me. You may have different dreams. I just wanted to truly live in unlimited possibilities and unlimited freedom forever because I believe society restricts us so much. What's funny is Mark Douglas, he talks about this. So I'll get into that, but we're all attracted to trading because of its unlimited possibilities and its unlimited freedom. But you must understand that without discipline, it could be disastrous when this unlimited environment also has the potential to cause enormous financial and psychological damage as a result of that freedom. With great power comes great responsibility. Without discipline, this unlimited freedom could ruin you as well. Many people don't even realize it's a problem. All we see is freedom. So Mark Douglas, he goes deeper into this concept where he explains how our minds work and how it's built up through society and how it creates these psychological dynamics that directly affect our ability to create that kind of discipline and focus necessary to trade effectively. So make sure you guys listen to the end because Mark Douglas is spitting. I read this book so you wouldn't have to. I'm your trading guru now. And he talks about our mental environment. He talks about how our needs and desires are generated in our mental environment. You know, these are when we think about the things that we want and the things that we want to do, and then they are fulfilled by the external environment, the world around us, right? Think about even like as babies, you know, our mental environment was just to be in a state of satisfaction and happiness, right? And as long as the environment around us matched that, we were at peace. So maybe as a child, you know, your mental environment at the moment is, I just want to play with this toy. So as long as in your external environment you are playing with this toy, then you are in satisfaction, you are in a state of happiness because your mental environment and your external environment are in correspondence, right? But if these environments are not in correspondence, then you get to a state of dissatisfaction, anger, frustration, in a sense, emotional pain. So now let's think about that same baby. What if instead the mental environment was, I want to play with this toy, but that toy was, it just happened to be a vase on the coffee table. So you're playing with the toy, you grabbed it off the coffee table, maybe you're climbing on the coffee table, your parents see it, and then they take the toy away from you. So your mental environment is, you want to play with this toy, with this vase, but your external environment did not match up. Instead, it was taken from you. You were in a state of joy and happiness, and then it was stripped from you. So, of course, you're going to be in a state of dissatisfaction, of anger, or frustration even, because you don't even understand why your joy has been stripped from you. Mark Douglas gets deep in this book, I'm telling you. So it causes emotional pain. And you got to think about it throughout society, throughout life. We are constantly denied our individual self-expression. Even if you just heard no, or you can't do this, you can't do that, you have no choice, Even if you only heard it once or twice a day, that still adds up to several thousand denials by the time we reach adulthood. Denied impulses based on our inner needs, our mental environment. So then Mark Douglas asked the question, okay, what happens to all these impulses that have been denied and have been left unfulfilled? Do they just go away? They can if they're reconciled. And this is why babies cry. The toy is taken from them. So then the baby is in a state of emotional pain. And the way to balance it out is through crying. So Mark Douglas goes deeper and he talks about how scientific researchers have found tears to be composed of negatively charged ions. And crying will expel the negatively charged energy in our minds and bring us back to a state of balance, even though the original impulse was never fulfilled. So we never get the toy back, but because we cry and these negative ions, it's so crazy how our thoughts and our bodies are just linked. Our negative energy that was accumulated from us having our joy stripped from us is expelled through our tears alone. That's how we reconcile it. But most of our impulses are not reconciled. Some of them can be, but most of our impulses are not reconciled. So what's crazy is some people weren't even allowed to cry when they grew up. Think about it. And then they become adults and then they won't let their children cry. They discourage it, especially for boys, right? This is why instead of crying, like maybe a woman would, boys lash out in anger. That was my problem when I was trading. It's anger. I would lash out at the market. I would get triggered by the market. So the way our emotional pain can come in different shapes and forms. So you have to understand that, but a lot of people don't think about these things. It's psychology. There's so much that goes into it. So most of our impulses are not reconciled. These unreconciled impulses, they manifest themselves into addictive and compulsive behaviors. Essentially, anything we were deprived of as children become addictions in our adulthood. Okay, so stay with me now. Stay with me now. This affects our ability to stay focused and take a disciplined, consistent approach to our trading. To operate effectively in the trading environment, we need rules and boundaries to guide our behavior. But like I said, what were we deprived of? Many of us, like I said, society limited us. It restricted us. It told us no so many times, right? We've been deprived of freedom. We were attracted to trading because of the freedom that we desired our entire lives. Our inner need for this freedom is what brought us to trading. Okay? So now we're going to be addicted to the freedom that we find through trading. Okay, stay with me. I need you to stay with me. But everybody keeps telling you that you must use that freedom to build a plan and a specialized mental discipline so that you are always acting in your best interest. Essentially what it is like trading allows everyone to buy their island, buy their paradise, buy their heaven, right? But then once you have this unlimited freedom, you must take that freedom and make rules. So it's almost like you have to take that freedom just to create another structure. But it's a structure that's working in your best interest, a structure made for you. And this is why understanding the mental environment and what's a part of your mental environment is so important in trading, because you may not even recognize the ways that you act in trading in certain times is subconscious. We've been deprived of this. Like a lot of people didn't even know this is a problem. We've been deprived of this freedom all of our lives. So our behavior, because of this unresolved emotional energy, it compels us to behave in ways to satisfy the addiction. Sometimes addictions can become subconscious. You may not even realize it's a problem. You may black out. You may be unconscious in the times where you're behaving in this way. So we have to figure out ways to guide our behavior based on the mental environment, based on the unreconciled impulses that were not fulfilled as a child. So we must build a plan, a specialized mental discipline so that you are always acting in your best interest. It's crazy because All our lives we've been told no. We've been living in this restricted society that keeps us limited. I just believe I'm a limitless being. I should be free and have the freedom to do as I please, right? But we've lived in this society our entire life, right? But it's programmed you because you're already a part of it. So nothing we do in society properly prepares us to function effectively in such a boundaryless environment like trading, right? Society has put limits on you your entire life, like speed limits, dress codes, rules. You can't do this, you can't do that. That freedom you found from trading, you must take that same freedom to create your own rules, to restrict yourself. It's almost like a paradox, because you came for freedom, but you have to take that freedom to now build a structure. You're free to create your own island. Bro, this is mind-blowing, right? Even gambling in society restricts you from blowing your entire bank account. Blackjack forces you to decide how much you're going to risk before you can even play. When it comes to trading now, this unlimited environment, no one but yourself is going to tell you to predefine the risk in advance. Nobody but yourself. You have to create this rule and this structure for yourself. Oh yeah, I should be free to put in as much money as I want to. I should be free to risk whatever as much as I want to. But you have to understand that trading is a limitless environment where anything can happen at any moment. So if you put in too much that you weren't willing to risk, you may end up blowing it. You know what I'm saying? Consistent winners, they define the risk beforehand, because they understand this fact that anything can happen. A lot of traders get too euphoric when they place a trade. They get so happy. They're already dreaming about their dream life, what they're going to get. What if every single time I enter the trade, I dreamed about this island and everything I was going to do with it, right? But then I'm selling the trade to myself to the point where I don't even think of the possibility of me being wrong. So then that's how you might end up betting your entire account on this one trade. Now, understanding that anything can happen, you could be wrong. We need these restrictions on ourselves, right? Gambling has like a clear defined beginning, middle, and end that determine the outcome of the game, right? But price is constantly moving, so the game is always on, right? Nothing begins until you decide to place a trade, and it lasts as long as you want. It doesn't end until you exit the market. You have to create that beginning, middle, and end for yourself. You need to have a stop loss. You need to have a take profit. You need to know how many pips you're going for. Generally, how long does it take? You need to have this structure. You need to know what time you're going to trade. What time does your pair actually move? Consistent winners predefine what they need to see to enter the market, as well as when they will exit the market. Take profit and stop loss. Everybody wants to know, oh yeah, this is how much money I'm gonna take, but you're not thinking about how much money you could lose because you sold the idea of this trade to yourself. You take that unlimited freedom, but you haven't created discipline, and without that discipline, you have the potential to ruin yourself. You must understand this. You must internalize this. So we have a problem. Most traders do not want to create rules. Why don't they want to create rules? Now, I'm not saying, okay, you gotta figure out, okay, what is every type of trauma that I have in my brain that is affecting me in a certain way, that is causing me to behave in a way that is not my best. You don't gotta go deep. I'm not telling you to go see a psychologist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think if you talk to me, I should have enough information to figure out where these behaviors are coming from. Many of the denied impulses were never reconciled and still exist inside of us as frustration, anger, disappointment, guilt, and even hatred. I don't know about y'all, but there have been times, because I don't necessarily get as sad or fearful, but I'll more get angry at the market. And that anger, it can make it seem like the market is against you, to the point where you hate the market. Why do you have such strong emotions towards this inanimate object? You must be able to psychoanalyze these things. That's why having a trading journal is important. We were attracted to trading because of the freedom it offers. So our minds hate the idea of creating rules because we feel as if we are taking away that freedom. It's difficult to want to create rules when we have been trying to break them most of our lives. Do you hear what I'm saying? our entire lives. We just wanted to do what we wanted to do, but we were told no. We were told we have to do this. We have no other choice. We finally find trading. We finally find ultimate freedom. And now you're trying to take it away from me again. Your inner child is literally lashing out because it doesn't want to finally have that freedom that you found again taken from it. Most traders won't create a plan to guide their behavior until they undergo a great deal of pain, suffering, and money loss. So I'm begging you right now, please make a trading plan. Not just a trading plan of when you're going to enter the market, when you're going to get out the market, but also a trading plan based on your psychological environment, based on maybe certain traumas and certain triggers that cause you to behave in a certain way. Like maybe you get angry, you know, like when people get angry, they get in a fight and they say, oh my God, I didn't know what I was doing. I blacked out. That can happen when you're trading too. You must create a plan, because if you don't, you will suffer a great deal of pain, suffering, and money loss. You will. Don't let that happen to you, bro. Because we got into this because we wanted to find freedom. We wanted to find euphoria. So don't be so stubborn, and don't be so identified with your ego to the point where you refuse to create a plan to help you act in your best interest. Don't be like most traders. I don't know about y'all, but I'm trying to be like the 1%. I'm not doing what everybody else is doing. I'm doing what the 1% is doing, because those are the people who are consistently winning. We have another problem. Most traders fail to take responsibility. This is why you don't want to create a plan, actually. I'm going to get into this. Most traders want the freedom to make their own choices, but most traders also aren't willing to accept the outcome of these choices. You only want to accept the trade and be like, oh yeah, I knew exactly what I was doing when it's a winner. But when it's a loss, oh no, it's the market. It was this, it was that, it was some other factor that you didn't account for, right? You only want to take accountability for the winners, but you don't want to take accountability for the losses. And you think the market's taking your money. It's not the market. It's you. Remember that. Remember that. How does one participate in an activity that allows complete freedom of choice and at the same time avoid taking responsibility? If you want to create consistency, then you have to start from the premise that no matter what outcome, you are responsible. Stop blaming the market. Stop blaming the market. Traders avoid creating a solid plan and instead randomly trade, because it allows them to avoid responsibility. Because it's like, I don't really have a trading plan like that, so that loss don't really count. Like, if I really wanted to, I could, like. Or you ask advice from a friend or something and then ask them, what do you think the stock's gonna do? So that way, if the prediction is wrong, you can blame them because it wasn't your idea. You're trying to avoid responsibility at every point and you don't even realize it. It's subconscious. I need you to understand how this is all subconscious. You didn't even peep. That's why you were doing it. That is the underlying reason why you're doing that. You don't want to take responsibility. So that way you can blame something else when trading doesn't go your way. Do you enter the market impulsively at times? Do you enter trades that were not planned and not a part of your plan? Do you even have a plan? You will always be inconsistent as long as you are trading randomly. How are you supposed to test which variables are working and which are not if nothing is constant? You're just trading randomly. Some traders believe the market is random. It's not. It's not. If it were truly random, it would be impossible to create consistent results. The same behavior patterns present themselves over and over again. This is your setups. This is maybe your head and shoulders, your triple bottoms, triple tops. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your trading plan is, whatever pattern you see that makes you say, okay, this is a good time to enter the market. The outcome of each individual pattern is random. That part is random, but the outcome of a series of patterns is consistent and statistically reliable. So that's why you have to stick to a plan. Like, stop thinking about trade by trade. It's not about, did I win this trade? Did I lose this trade? No, it's about, okay, what is my win rate over 10 trades, over 20 trades? You need sample sizes. That means that you won't know which one will be a winner and which one will be a loser. But if you simply enter the market on the same pattern 100 times, you will see consistent results. Trading requires you to take this discipline, organized and consistent approach. Most traders spend countless hours doing market analysis and planning trades for the next day. Then instead of placing the trades they plan on placing, they place a trade impulsively or for a random reason. Once again, avoiding responsibility. The trades you planned probably ended up being winners too. You just lacked the discipline to wait. That's all it was. You see how we keep going back to that theme of discipline. That's really what it is. Trading is an unlimited environment, unlimited freedom, unlimited possibilities. But without discipline, this could be your hell. With discipline, this becomes your heaven. Mark Douglas says we have another problem. We are addicted to random rewards. Several studies have been done on the psychological effects of random rewards on monkeys. So essentially, if you give a monkey a treat or something to eat every single time it does a task you taught them, it'll learn to associate that task with that treat. So if you stop giving the monkey the treat, it'll just stop doing the task, right? But if you teach the monkey to do the task and you give them a treat randomly, even if you stop, the monkey will continue to do the task over and over again because it was always a surprise anytime they got the treat anyway, because you did it at random. And because of this, it may continue doing the task indefinitely. They most likely get addicted to this feeling due to the euphoria inducing chemicals that are released when we experience an unexpected surprise. Most traders have an addiction to trading. They are chasing the wonderful surprise of a big trade again. Trading can literally make you manic. It can make you flip-flop from that heaven and hell state. So it's really a matter of external and internal control because we cannot depend on the market to do anything for us. You have to understand it. So stop expecting something from the market. It's extremely difficult, if not impossible, to control anything the market does. And this is why doctors, lawyers, and CEOs have such a hard time, and even in the market, because they're trying to control the market, just like how they control their environments and the people around them to get what they want, what they need done in their usual life in society. You see how society has trained them to be a certain way, and now it's affecting their ability to become successful traders, because the way you have to think in this unlimited environment is completely different than you have to think in this restricted environment of society. You can't control anything the market does. It can drive you mad. You can't manipulate the market. Unless you're trading with millions of dollars, you can't control the market. And you have to understand that trying to control something that cannot be controlled is going to lead to insanity. It's going to make you stay in this state of emotional pain. So instead of trying to control the market, we must learn to control our mental environment. We must learn to control ourselves. We must learn to perceive information that the market generates in the most objective perspective possible, and to structure our mental environments so that we always behave in a manner that is in our own best interest. The point of the game is to make money. But if you don't have a plan to monitor your mental environment, to monitor those moments where you go unconscious because of some unreconciled impulse in your mind that you are now addicted to in your adulthood, if you're not even aware of these things, you're going to continue to act in a way that is not of your best interest. So you must learn to monitor and control yourself and create a plan that is going to help you generate money and keep that money. Because if you don't, like I said, trading is an unlimited environment with unlimited possibilities and unlimited freedom. But without discipline, that freedom can make this a living hell for you. So the question you must answer for yourself is, am I going to continue to trade randomly and create a state of hell for myself? Or am I going to create a trading plan? Am I going to create a structure so that way I can live in my own paradise, my own heaven? I'm already in the process of finding my tribe before I build my paradise. I taught them all how to trade, so now we all profit together. We all work out together every single day to work on our mind-body connection. And every single week we go live so I can help coach them on their trading plan, their psychology, or just life in general. So if you need any advice, just DM me on Instagram. If you think anything like me or have similar dreams to mine, then we'd love to welcome you into the tribe.